Okay, it's preparing it now. Praise God for Jesus. It's preparing it now.
Yep. I see it. It just popped up. We
It
got
did.
2
Okay.
minutes. It just says meeting being live stream by staying. I consent to being live stream.
Okay.
So you got it. Woo woo.
Okay, good.
Congratulations.
Yay.
It's your first live stream. New things, new endeavors, new skills.
Thank you for the push.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Shoot.
I'm like
And
so
now,
afraid of it, but I'm like, don't be afraid. You just got to do it. Clearly, just got to do
that's
it.
right. Nothing, ain't nothing to it but to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not so difficult, right? Pretty easy. Few clicks of the button,
That's
did a
it.
test run, boom, live stream.
Yes. Okay,
And
so Maal Johnson, the credit
credit
protector.
protectors, yeah. So what happened was my full name is Jamal Johnson, but Facebook was doing something weird and they like closed my account. So I had to make a new account and I couldn't use Jamal Johnson again for whatever weird reason. So we had Maul Johnson. And
Gotcha.
a lot of people call me that anyway. You know, black folks, we're gonna shorten the name. That's what we're gonna do. Like Alicia? Oh, Alicia, okay.
Alicia,
Like,
that's it. That's it.
all right. that's what we're gonna do.
All right. So we are live.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you. How you guys doing? It's Alicia Hurt, your servant leader here, and I have a special guest. I have Maal Johnson, the credit protector. Yes, he is here. He is ready to drop some gems. He is ready to spit some knowledge. So good morning, Jamal.
Good morning, Alicia. Thank you so much for having me here on Rent to Own Girl. It's great to be here.
Yeah, so how we partnered and we met, we're both basically in the industry for helping people, right? And so what I do in real estate goes hand in hand with what you do in preparing folks to be ready to buy. That is preparing your credit. But you take it a step further. You say, yep, I can help folks in real estate, but I can help people in all facets, all walks of life. You just tell me what you need to do. And guess what? I'm going to help you get there. Is that correct, Mr. Jamal?
For the most part, yeah, in the realm of both personal
right on point.
and
Okay, so
business
we're gonna
credit.
get to that. We're gonna get to everything. So I want to just jump right in because I know, like, for me personally, credit was a challenge, and I'm gonna do a little plug. So, like, in my book, The Real Estate Journey, I talk about basically not being educated enough in credit to first become a homeowner, then to sustain being a homeowner, and then venturing into owning multiple homes. So credit is very important, and that is why we are here today. So I have a few questions for you. I'm not going to keep you long. I know you're busy, but just let me know this morning. First off, how are you doing? And I mean you, for real. Like, how are you doing?
I mean, I'm doing fantastic. It's a beautiful day here in Maryland. The sun is shining. I woke up, so that's all I needed. You know,
that's half the battle.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So tell me, what's been going on in your life recently that you expected and didn't expect?
Expected and didn't expect. Well, I recently transitioned out of my job. So for the past couple of months, I've just been full-time helping people, both individuals and small business owners with their credit, especially helping people get funded. Yep. So that's been pretty exciting, and learning the social media game has been an exciting endeavor. Yep.
Wow. So you're now like 100% entrepreneur. Like, I commend you. We got to talk about that on the side. We got to talk about that. So
it is all thanks to credit. I'm going to be honest with you.
Amen to that. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So where are you from? And tell me a little bit about your story.
Sure. So I'm born and raised in the DMV, And my entrepreneurial journey really started way back in my teens. Like, I don't know if you ever done any multi-level marketing, but I was in some multi-level marketing companies, like two of them. And the idea of just always working for someone else really didn't sit well with me, right? I was still a good employee, a good student, but after a while, it was kind of just like, I want to be able to do my own thing. And I love that, the independence that entrepreneurship brings, right? And so I got into credit, like much like you, didn't know how the credit system worked. And then one day my score just like disappeared entirely. Like, I don't know if you ever had that or heard that happen, but it just went blank. And I was like, what? Yeah, it just went from like six something to just nothing. It just didn't even exist. And I went through, I was like, what's going on? And then it turned out that some way, somehow they marked me as deceased. I don't know if you ever had that, or someone just like they just killed me off. I still had bills, still had bills coming in. Debt was still, bill collectors still hitting me up, sending me notices, bills and stuff, but they somehow still marked me deceased. So that put me on a journey to figure out how all of this stuff worked. Because I mean, you can imagine the shock of it. And I was like, what's going on? And then that put me on the path to really understand that we are in control of our credit. So many times, a lot of folks, speak to a lot of people, and maybe you've heard this, where a person may feel like disempowered by the credit system, right? Things are happening to them as opposed to them controlling what's on their credit report and how to control it. And what I like to do is just now empower people to teach them that, hey, you're in control. This is yours. It's for you to tell the story the way you want it to be told. Right. And so that's part of what I do.
All right.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So being like, it's a lot to unpack there. Yeah. So like, help me understand. Like I say, like, help me understand that. Like, how does that happen?
So this now, of course, the companies never tell you, oh, we made this mistake because we confused you with someone else. But that's essentially what happened. So
Gotcha.
In my journey, I found out that I had some medical bills that were supposed to be paid by workman's comp that were never paid. So that got reported to the credit bureau. And then, well, they're not bureaus, they're credit reporting agencies. Let me get it right. Credit reporting agencies. So somewhere, somebody clicked the wrong button, basically, because all this stuff is computerized, right? Okay. So someone clicked the wrong button, marked me as deceased, and then that wiped out my credit report and my credit score. So I had to send in documentation, tell them, hey, I'm actually alive. And they're like, oh, right. Okay. Like, oh, you're not dead. Oh, okay. How bad? And get that fixed. So that was like a 6 to 8 month journey, just trying to figure out how to get my credit report, because I didn't even know how to do that. I would just, log on to like Credit Karma and stuff like that. But when it came to actually getting it fixed, I was like, I don't know. So then I spent hours on YouTube learning, watching videos, interviews like this. And that's why I found out that you can call and get your credit report. If anyone's listening, you can call and get your credit report. You can mail in a request, and you can request your credit report online, and they'll just send it to you. You get one. Right now, you can get a free one every week, every 7 days due to COVID. So I always tell everybody that's the first step. You want to see it, you want to look at it, see what's on there to make sure it's accurate. But yeah, that's what happened. And my name is super common. So when you Google Jamal Johnson, there's like a football player that comes up, a whole bunch of people. So at the end of the day, it was an error on their part. And 80% of us have errors on our credit reports, and we don't even realize it.
Wow, 80%. That's a lot.
That's a lot of people, right?
Pull mine up.
I guarantee you they got something on there they ain't supposed to be on there. A wrong name, old address, a phone number, something.
Wow. Great jam. So like you honed in on, you did your own research, watching videos similar to this interview. So tell me, like, as far as books, like what books have changed your life for the most?
Definitely Think and Grow Rich. by Napoleon Hill. That is an amazing book. Have you read it?
No, I haven't. I need to add it to my list.
Oh, you got to get that on the list. Think and Grow Rich. Grant Cardone, 10X has been good. And more recently, especially in the world of entrepreneurship, being able to create a really good offer is like the ultimate skill set. So $100 million offers written by Alex Arnold. Those like 3 books I just read over and over and over because they're just so packed with so much information.
Oh, cool. Okay. And what is the hardest challenge you've had to overcome in your life other than that credit? Because that's a big challenge.
I think honestly it's more that building up the confidence to step out and just be fully independent. It's scary. It's like, oh wow, how am I going to keep things consistent? How I'm going to constantly grow and expand the brand? How I'm going to improve the client experience and the customer journey? So through reading and really being exposed to different mentorship groups and interacting with other professionals like yourself, that has probably been the biggest challenge and the greatest blessing. Building up the confidence to step out and just be independent. Yeah.
So tell me, I'm going off script a little bit. When you talk about building up confidence, like what work? Because like in my other life, I'm talking through my journey of like overcoming lack of faith and things of that sort. So when we talk about that, what you're saying is you got to do the work, right? So what are you doing on a daily basis to overcome those challenges?
Oh man. So every day there's always some level of, I'm always consuming entrepreneurial content, motivational content. Like this morning, I was on my way home, listening to ET, hip hop preacher, Eric Thomas. Listening to him. I listened to the Social Proof podcast with David Shanes, and just constantly consuming, right? And I'm in a ton of different mentorships. I mean, I'm probably about 5 different mentorship programs. So I'm constantly staying in tune with what's the latest, what's the greatest tips, tricks, and also studying and reaching out and networking. It sounds so cliche, your network is your net worth, but it's also so true, right? Because how else can you build and partner if you're not out there speaking to people? If like we never would have had this conversation if I never reached out and just offered a service or say, hey, let's connect. Maybe there's a way we can help each other, right? Since we're in similar, compatible industries. So those are the things that I'm constantly working on, and always, of course, always trying to figure out new and better ways to help clients.
Right. Makes sense. Basically, you're not alone.
Right.
Man, you're not alone. Like, yeah, that's what I got from it. So what goals are you pursuing right now?
Right now, I want to help 100 people get a 700 credit score and launch their business. That's what I'm working on. That is the goal right now. Because a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs, they want to start a business, but like most things, money holds them back. They feel like they don't have enough money, or they can't get access to the capital that they need to launch their business.
Right.
So I want to help 100 people do just that, and help them that they don't have to be so worried about their own pocket. We got other people's money out here to use. A bank with a good idea, good business plan, properly structured business, you can get $50,000 to $100,000 from one bank to help launch and grow your business. Or if you want to do investments or purchase real estate, because I know a lot of your viewers are looking to purchase their own home, real estate. You mentioned buying multiple homes. You need funding for that. And why use your own money? Why use your own money if you use the bank's money?
And that's a whole episode in itself, right? A whole episode on using other people's money and the benefit of it. I mean, literally, like that's credit. But let's go on. So what superpower do you wish that you had?
this is, that's a great question. And I was thinking about it. It's changed over time. Today, now, I think being, it's going to sound interesting. Well, I think being persuasive, like the superpower, being able to persuade anybody for the good, of course. I would only use my powers for good. But a lot of what we do, especially, when you're interacting with people, growing your business, one of the key skills is being able to persuade people. It works in negotiations, it works in sales, it works in networking. It's a powerful, powerful skill set. So if anything, I would definitely say a superpower of persuasion.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, especially for clients that I find they may have the credit, they may have the savings, but that mindset, man, like I'm so afraid, like the recession's coming, I think I just need to wait. And it's like, okay, I need that superpower that Maal has, a persuasion.
Right.
Them know the time is now, like the interest rates, and it's just so much that blocks you, that mental capacity. Like, so I get you with that superpower of persuasion, because it's like, come along for the ride.
Because like you said, there's never a perfect time, because 3 years ago during COVID, when everything was the exact inverse, right? Banks were giving out more money. I mean, you get money from everywhere. Banks were giving out money. The government was giving out money. If you had an LLC, it was just like infinite money. Then interest rates were at all-time lows, and people were still afraid to make a move, right? They were still afraid to make a purchase. It was like, oh, well, what if I get laid off? Oh, I got to commute. There was always some kind of obstacle. So like you said, it's never a bad time per se. It's just, working with someone like you who can give you the right strategies and give you a heads up. I mean, I think that's the important part about working with an expert, working with someone that can coach you through any given situation, because they can give you the heads up. They can give you that extra bit of confidence because they've been through it already. You've already gone through it. You've done it. You're doing it every day. So why not work with someone like you? And you could tell them, okay, well, interest rates are high now. Maybe in some years they're going to have to come down. You can always refinance, right? So I think recently, I saw they have like 40-year mortgages now that they're
All
offering
kind
to
of
like the
creative
general.
stuff out here.
Exactly.
All kind. And that's why I always tell my clients, marry the house, right? And listen to this, date the rate. You can date it. Date that rate.
I like that. Date the rate.
But
I
marry
like that.
the house now.
Yep. Yeah. That's the one you
So
want.
y'all
Get
heard
up in
it
there.
from someone else other than me. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is. Like if your husband, your wife, whatever, they'll tell you something and then you're like, yeah, whatever. Somebody else in the streets tell you, you like, baby, they said, and they like, I told you that already.
Exactly.
So y'all hear this from the credit protector, right?
Look, it's when it comes to real estate, there's always, there's always a good time for real estate. And there's always an opportunity, right? Even when the market crashed in '08, still some people lost, but then a lot of people won because they were able to get those homes at rock bottom prices. Right. So there's always an opportunity. You just have to work with the right people like yourself that can help them find that opportunity.
Yes. So tell me one idea that experts in your field say that you completely disagree with.
So there's so I'm not a really big fan of debt consolidation as far as like on a company. And the reason for that is because a lot of debt consolidation companies will tell their clients to stop paying their bills. So the idea is that they'll tell someone to stop paying their bills for a couple of months because it helps. They consider it to give themselves leverage when they're negotiating a settlement with the different credit card companies and banks. I am absolutely against that because the most important thing that you want to do, especially even if you're in a tight financial space, is that you always, and that's where my name came from, you always want to protect your credit. You always want to keep your credit in the most optimal way possible. Because even if you're in a financial bind, guess what? If your credit looks good on paper, if it's telling the right story, banks will still lend you more money, right? And then you could borrow money from the bank and pay off that old debt. You can consolidate your own debt. You don't need to work with a company to do that. You can settle and negotiate with the creditors directly. You don't need to pay someone to do that. And I realized that a lot of people don't realize how much power they have. Like if you have a credit card, let's say you owe $7,000, right? And you know it's a crazy interest rate. You're not able to keep up with it. You can call the company. Everyone just, I need y'all to, everyone knows, you can call that company, okay? You can negotiate with them. Hey, I'm not able to pay this full 7,000. Can we work out a deal? I can pay you 4,000 or 3,500, something to that effect, right? And a lot of times the companies will work with you, you know, and because at the end of the day, they just want their money. That's what they're in the business of making money by lending out money and getting paid back. So they will do that with you. You don't need to hire a company. You don't need to miss any payments. Now, whenever you settle a debt for less than what you totally owe, there is going to be like a hit to your credit, but it's not as bad as if you just decided to stop making payments for 2-3 months at a time. That would be absolutely destroy your score. So I just tell everybody, don't work with a debt consolidation company. You can do it yourself. You can negotiate yourself. They have companies like Happy Money that give you credit card consolidation loans. You can even go to a bank and get a personal loan to consolidate your credit cards yourself. And these are just some of the things that I hear a lot about debt consolidation companies, but they really do a lot more damage than good.
Thank you for that. And I'm happy to hear that because now I'm thinking of a couple of clients and I'm like, I need to schedule them with Jamal because you don't have to stop because that's going to be more detrimental. But thank you for that wisdom and that gem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what is your favorite part of your job? And what is your least favorite part? And I said job, so let me scratch that out. Your business, working your business, because you ain't got no job no more. Okay? So what is your favorite part and the least favorite part?
The favorite part is, of course, working with my clients and seeing them light up when they see the increase in their score, or that something was deleted, or they got approved for a credit card or a loan that they never thought they would have got approved for. Being able to help someone who didn't know anything about credit secure a American Express Platinum card, or their first Platinum card, or their first Gold card, and seeing how excited they are about it. My least favorite thing is arguing with the credit reporting agencies because they just be on some BS. Like they're supposed to, everything on your credit report is supposed to be 100% accurate. Not only that, everything on your credit report is supposed to be there because you told them that it's okay to put it on your credit report, right? And then, like I said, 80% of our reports have mistakes. And it's constantly going back and forth with them. That's the least favorite part because they're annoying. It's just They just do whatever they want. And it's like, okay, all right, now we're gonna have to get an attorney involved, things like that. But those are the pros and cons, definitely.
All right. So sounds like you get real passionate and you go in for your clients when you talk to them creditors. They get it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Great to hear. So where can people go to learn more about you?
Yeah, definitely. So they can always follow me on YouTube. I also have a YouTube channel. That is The Credit Protector. That's the name of the YouTube channel. Actually, they can find me on everything, the Credit Protector. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I am the Credit Protector. On Facebook, it would be Maal Johnson. And this is just a quick plug to all of my aspiring entrepreneurs and or even investors. If you're looking to help someone formulate your business, get your business funded, definitely you can check me out at www.crackthescore.com. On there, you can download a free ebook about properly structuring your business in order to get prepped for funding, and you can also set up a free consultation. So that's www.crackthescore.com.
All right, crackthescore.com. Y'all hear that? Crack it. So tell me, what can people expect from you next?
So the next thing we have, actually, I have partnered up with my guys at the Elevation Academy. We actually have it's like a financial retreat. It's going to be a weekend-long event. The weekend of May 27th, that's coming out, and tickets and everything will be going on sale soon. That's with me, the Credit Protector, and with the Elevation Academy. Also, keep a lookout. Going to continue to drop gems online. I actually have on my YouTube channel put together a series where I'm walking a person through repairing their credit from A to Z. All the things that the credit gurus are trying to gatekeep and make you pay for, I'm putting it all out there on YouTube for free. So if you have bad credit, or you got collections, or you're trying to remove late payments or whatever, I'm coming out with a full series that's going to tell you how to address each and every one of those scenarios.
All right,
so that's
all
what
right
I'm
now. He dropping some
yep.
gems for free. So just for those folks that are like, look, Mr. Johnson, the Credit Protector, I don't mean no harm. You can drop all the gems you want, but I just need you to work this thing out. Like, I send you what you need and you work that thing out. Now, what about those folks? Can you help them?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Could definitely help you. We can always set up a consultation, and what I'll do is I'll shoot you the link, and the link to set up a consultation will be in the description below. And whatever their situation is, I could definitely help them if they want me to do it for them, or if they want to have some guidance through the process. We can definitely do that.
Thank you so much. So give us one final thought that you want to leave for our listeners.
One final thought. I just want everyone to know that you're in control. Right? You're in control of your life. You're definitely in control of your credit. Right? Nothing should be on your credit that you did not ask or did not approve to be on there. So take charge. Don't be afraid of your credit. Your credit is your friend. Okay, get your credit right so that you can get to the bag, so you can start working with Alicia and get some properties under your belt. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I want to leave everybody with.
Thank you so much for your time. Again, he is on all platforms, the Credit Protector. Facebook is Maal Johnson. Reach out to him, get some wisdom. Let's get things going in 2023. Thank you again, the Credit Protector.